Crazy, dog. I wonder if they're doing it live on their end here. They are.
You can either.
Ooh, I don't even have to do it on Twitch. Okay. Okay, yeah, screw that. We can rewind it all the way. Boom, because they're premiering it. So this is like pre-recorded right here. Nice, nice, nice. All right. Cool. What up, everybody? Ah! I don't even have to do it on Twitch. Okay. All right. So yeah, the YouTube Twitch is definitely, or the YouTube chat for Magic the Gathering is definitely dead in comparison to the Twitch. That is for dang sure. What up, everybody? Good morning. It is your boy Alex, the TCG dude. We are live. It is Tuesday, March 18th, and we are doing preview reaction stream for the new set, Tarkir Dragonstorm. Yeah, in April, Magic the Gathering is going to drop that on us, and we're here to see some stuff ahead of time. So hopefully, it could be nice. You know, but hey, it's hit or miss with sets sometimes, right? Some people were hyped for Karlov Manor. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to get into it then. They did already start the preview technically on Twitch, but if you want the ad-free experience, just come on over here, or at least ad from my end, come on over here and watch it with me on YouTube. And we're going to turn it down just a little so it's not too loud.
For generations,
We'll do that, and we'll full screen it. Oh gosh, I'm such a dork. I forgot to switch the scene here. There we go. I gotta make a freaking button for that on my Stream Deck. All right, here we go. And this is happening. And I'm gonna shut my door so my baby doesn't interrupt. Okay. So yeah, good morning. Thank you for rolling on in. Happy to have you here.
For generations, the Dragon Lords ruled over Tarkir, crushing the once great clans under Talon and Fang. But now, the
There we
winds
go.
have changed.
The
A
winds.
new age approaches. Together, the 5 clans sought to take back the skies by harnessing the power of the spirit dragons.
Spirit Dragon. So you got the 5 colors there. Makes sense.
But
The 5 tribes, rather.
because of power they could not fully.
Is that a little bull lost toy? That was dope. Oh wow.
Skies darken
Okay.
with a new threat to Tarkir. It will take the combined might of the 5 clans to face what's coming.
Oh, I bet.
Sultai, Mardu, Abzan, Temur, Jeskai. Let those who summon the storm
Yeah, see?
ones.
That's a little Bolas toy, bro. That's dope. All right, we're going to change the quality up here to 1080p so it looks better. Sorry about that. All right, I think we're Gucci now. Let's do this. And I will turn it up just slightly.
Let those
A little
who
more than
summon
just
the
slightly.
storm be the ones to break it.
Dragonstorm.
Tarkir Dragonstorm is a new set that will transport players to a plane they may have visited before. One filled with action, danger, and above all, dragons. Tarkir
I'd hope
can be
so.
unforgiving. Storms full of wild dragons tear apart the land, while the different human clans vie for supremacy. And
Yep, there's still humans on Tarkir. How's the sound, by the way? The narrator isn't too loud, right? Hopefully not.
try to survive their harsh climate. But this harsh environment has given rise to heroes. Whether dragon or humanoid, they prove equal to the challenges of Tarkir. A return to Tarkir would be impossible without addressing the most
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, look at the kitty. Look at the big kitties. Oh, dude. And the multi-winged dragons. Yep.
spirit dragon, Ugin. While
Eugene, bro. Number 1 in the set. Who's number 1? Ugin. All right, Ugin, Eye of the Storm. 7 mana, 7 loyalty. When you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Ooh. Whenever you cast colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. What the? Well, so yeah, he himself does it, and then when he casts other colorless spells, that's great. And then he has +2, you gain 3 life, draw a card, and 0 loyalty. You just get to add 3 wingdings, bro. And his ultimate for -11 is search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle. Until end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana cards. Bro. Bruh. That's pretty dope.
Ugin, Eye of the Storms, was present on Tarkir.
Sound on the narrative is
reinforced
good.
and
Thanks for
empowered
turning
the
it up a
dragon
notch.
storms,
Yeah,
allowing the
absolutely.
dragon's numbers to grow. But when Ugin departed to save the multiverse,
I mean, I can turn it
the
up a
dragon
little more if
storms
I need
began
to.
to weaken. The subsequent invasion by New Phyrexia chipped away at the Dragon Lord's already dwindling strength and allowed the humanoid rebellions to gain traction. The past and present collide as 5 clans.
Mouse run of the Spirit Dragon. So it has 3 lines of text here for a land. That's pretty awesome. Tap, add a colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a dragon spell or an omen spell. Lastly, you can pay 4 mana, tap and sack to search your library for a dragon, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Ooh, little tutor action. That art is sick. Oh my god.
Re-emerge out of the humanoid rebellion. Their cons finally succeed in toppling the Dragon Lords by summoning spirit dragons to aid them. Unfortunately, the spirit dragons came with fearsome, wild dragons spawned from the storm as well. They fill the skies of Tarkir, threatening the 5 clans and the multiverse beyond.
Roiling Dragonstorm, 2 mana enchantment for 1 and a blue. When this enchantment enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Oh, bro, that's sick. You got yourself a little draw engine there. A little looting engine, you know? If you need to fill the graveyard and stuff, you can do that too. That's pretty cool. I dig that.
These dragon storms brought fearsome dragons to planes that were unprepared for them, wreaking havoc and demanding a response.
Promo
and
pack.
If there's one planeswalker who responds when the multiverse.
Oh, interesting. It has the star instead of the set symbol. That's different. So typically, or at least from what I've seen, the promo pack cards that I have the traditional set symbol that it comes from. But here they're showing the shooting star, the old school wizard shooting star. That's pretty awesome.
Versus in danger. It's Elspeth, Stormslayer.
Woo! Here we go, Elspeth. All right, she's a 5 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker, 3 white. Her text box says, if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. Wow. Her +1 is create a 1/1 white soldier token. Her 0 ability is put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until your next turn. And her ultimate is -3. Destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. Wow. It's yeah. Okay. I dig that. You can kill a Tarmogoyf and a Ragavan back.
During the Phyrexian invasion, Elspeth has been tracking dragon storms through the Omen paths. She arrives on Tarkir, having
look at that
found the
borderless
source of
art.
the storms at
That's pretty dope. I like that. There's a couple flying dragons in the background there. It's kind of like a more simple art. I don't know how to describe that, but it just reminds me of just not basic art, but like you know, the intermediate art, you know, like when you go back and look at your college books or your high school art books, you're like, oh yeah, that's what it used to look like. Kind of reminds me of that. No offense, Jeremy Wilson. I'm sure that you are an excellent artist, and I appreciate this art it wholeheartedly.
Last. But she quickly realizes that she won't be able to stop them alone. Narset, Jeskai Waymaster, is a former planeswalker who has risen to the head of her clan. And
All right, so we got Narset, Jeskai Waymaster, blue, red, white, 3/4, human monk. At the beginning of your end step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn. I think this card's been previewed before, but this is still pretty cool. This is one of those cycle enablers or discard enablers.
spearheaded the summoning of the spirit dragons. Narset agrees to join Elspeth out of a desire to unite her plane. But the duo face a difficult obstacle in their quest to save Tarkir. Another planeswalker, Sarkhan Vol, is intent on stopping them. Sarkhan, with his profound attachment to dragons, seeks to preserve the Dragonstorms. And he's not alone. Sarkhan is joined by an army of wild dragons, all with the same mission. Elspeth and Narset must overcome nearly insurmountable odds if they want to unite.
That's pretty sick art there. I like that, Narset and Elspeth. An aged Narset.
Tarkir, and prevent the
Dragonstorm hasn't treated her too well.
Dragonstorms from destroying all that they hold dear. All this dragon violence has imbued the essence of Dragonfire into the land of Tarkir itself, forming Mox Jasper. This potent card can be used to power a whole battlefield of fierce winged creatures.
The chase card.
Like the rest of Tarkir, the mechanics in this set will be a mix of familiar and reinvented. Behold is a new mechanic, which rewards players for their dragons. To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon from your hand, and doing so gains an additional effect when casting the card.
So this is essentially an effect or ability that has existed in Magic prior to this, but they've keyworded it now, so it will make text boxes less full of, you know, added verbiage that they don't need to. They can just have one word now, behold. It's really nice.
When Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant, beholds a dragon, you may create a treasure token. Similar to how the adventure mechanic worked in Eldraine, Omen lets you play the instant or sorcery side of the spell before shuffling it back into your library. If you're able to draw it again later, repeat the process or cast the creature side instead. Cards with Renew can be...
Yeah, that Omen thing is pretty sick. I don't know how often people are gonna try and use that mechanic. Like, I don't know if it's gonna really make headway, but we'll see. You know, people do all sorts of things with deck building. Wow, this is pretty sick art. This reminds me of some like Kamigawa, original Kamigawa art. That's dope, bro. Karsi Revenant. 3 mana, 3/3. Vampire, flying, death touch, lifelink. Renew. She's about to explain the renew mechanic here.
Be exiled from your graveyard in order to put a counter on another creature you control. Renew.
Huh, okay, so it's like a little delve kind of thingy thing.
Applies part of the original creature's ability.
Oh, and this is also going to be the buy a box promo. Interesting. So when you go to your LGS and pre-order a box, this is going to be the pack-in card. Cool. I still like the original art better, to be honest with you. This is intense and really cool art, but I'd much rather have this one on the left.
Onto a new target before leaving the game. Flurry is an ability which allows a permanent to gain an additional effect whenever...
Dog monk. I thought it was going to be a fox monk. I saw the art and I thought it was going to be fox, but they actually made it dog. Is that something that they've errated? If you know in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if they errated foxes into dogs.
Whenever you cast your second spell each turn. In this case, Equilibrium Adept gains double strike until the end of the turn.
Bro, that's so dope. Flurry? You get double strike when you cast your second spell? Oh, come on.
increase your forces in an instant.
All right, so whenever this whenever this creature attacks, create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Sack them at the beginning of your end step. Huh. Okay, so it just makes tokens when it attacks. I mean, so you're getting ETB triggers possibly from like Tremor Totem type stuff, right? Let's see here. If there's any sort of, you know, Lord effects, they're going to be 2/2s, 3/3s for warriors. It's a human bard. I love bards. I am the guy that's the bard. All right, somebody in the D&D party has to be the bard. I'm the bard. Look at me now. I'm the bard.
This effect creates an amount of tapped and attacking
I need some more coffee, but I'm gonna sit here for you guys.
1/1 red warrior creature tokens, which are sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step. Hybrid mana gives you the option to pay a higher colorless amount if you're missing a color source in the casting cost.
Interesting.
With Rakshasa's
So we're familiar with hybrid mana, and I think we've seen a colorless effect like this. I could have sworn that they had this on one of the ley lines recently, or maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, I guess they have it to where it's colorless or colored, right? And that makes honestly a good card balance. I like that. Let's see the effect here. Look at the top 4 of your library, put 2 in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. I mean, you're digging for 4, getting 2 for 3 mana. But I mean, you're only up 1 card because it costs a card to get the 2, right? So you're only netting one card. That's still good. That's just a nice budget card, and it, you know, enables some graveyard synergy. I like that.
bargain. You can either pay black, green, and blue, or use 2
A little
colorless
editing
mana
effect
to
there.
replace
That was
any
good
of
on
those
them.
pips. You can pay 3, 4, 5, or 6 mana, depending on your combinations. The choice is yours. Sieges were a card cycle in Khans of Tarkir, and this set is bringing them back with a twist. Each clan is represented by 3 colors of mana, but these sieges only use 2. This can leave you with flexibility about which side you'll join.
Okay, so the sieges we've had before. This is a returning cycle. Hold on. I don't know what is up with me this morning. Maybe I didn't drink enough water or something. But yeah, so the sieges are an enchantment cycle where when it enters, you choose A or B, and you get the effect, you know. And this is pretty nice. The 3 mana one, that's pretty cheap.
For example, here during the Frostcliff Siege, you can choose white for Jester.
Hey, what up,
and go
Benson? Good
wide
morning. Yeah,
looking
hit
to
that
draw
like button, bro.
cards,
Yeah.
Or go
I'd love
green
to
for
see it.
Teamer and buff your creatures for immediate attacking. But be warned, once they hit the battlefield, you must declare your allegiance. And speaking of choosing between the
Allegiance?
clans, the 5 clans of Tarkir have weathered dragon storms and changes to their timelines to emerge
Wow.
with new strength. Each clan features a combination of old and new elements.
Did you
that will
notice the
feel both
flame hands? Hold on.
Each
I thought it was just fire, but those are hands. That's dope, bro. Can you imagine? Oh, yeah, you don't want to get B-slapped from her.
clan features a combination of old and new elements that will feel both familiar and refreshing.
Oh my gosh, dude, that goblin kabuki type thing is dope, man. He's got little flames shooting out. Almost Baraka style. Like, I think he's using the energy to levitate it there or something. He's got the water one. So he's got water and fire right here. So that would be, yeah. Obviously in the Jeskai clan there. You can see the little eye there, yeah.
Longer under the thrall of the Dragon Lords, these clans have each appointed a humanoid leader. But they have also each found a dragon representative of their guiding ethos. The
Nobody asked me to be the representative. Jerks. I'm just kidding.
Obzan are a clan empowered by their connection
Obzan!
with their ancestors' spirits. Their Khan leader, Felothar, maintains this connection through sacred kin trees, which link them to their predecessors. One familiar face is Anafenza. Found wandering the Abzan territories, this powerful remnant of an older Tarkir protects the clan from danger. Her card features the Endure mechanic, which
Endure. Put 2/1/1 counters. Okay, so whenever another non-token creature you control dies and offends it, endures to put 2/1/1 counters on it or create a 2/2 white spirit token. All right, yep. Spirit tokens, very cons.
lets you choose between +1/+1 counters or a spirit token.
The dragon
to remember
rep
the
didn't take
legacy
the
of fallen
calls,
friends.
yeah.
Baitor, kin to all, is the ultimate expression of the Abzan's ancestry. A collective consciousness.
Totally dope. Here we go. 5/7 Spirit Dragon. Flying at the beginning of your end step. If creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life, rounded up. That's awesome. Draw a card, untap, lose life. Oh yeah, let's go.
Made up of all Abzan past and present. This dragon is able to solve problems by drawing on a vast collection of knowledge and memories, making them invaluable to the reconstituted Abzan. However, Baitor may also be self-contradicting, as the many voices that make up this dragon do not always agree. The Jeskai are a clan known for their monk practitioners of the Way, who seek to achieve peace through unity. Divided amongst 3 primary monasteries, the Jeskai are devoted to using their knowledge of the past and belief in the Way to bring their plane together. They are led by the former planeswalker Narset, who is seen here discovering lost knowledge in the Jeskai archives, and using that magic to summon the spirit dragons to defeat the Dragon Lords. She knows that
I'm
her
gonna let
clan
this run
can't
it for a
tackle
second. I'll
the
be right
threat
back.
of the Dragonstorms. Shiko, Paragon of the Way, shares the Jeskai's vision of a unified Tarkir. She keeps an eye on Jeskai territory, offering advice and stepping in when needed. A fitting dragon for a collection of wise and thoughtful practitioners. She seeks to understand the goals, beliefs, and actions of others in order to best fulfill her role of guiding them towards the Way. Technologically advanced nomadic warriors, the Mardu meet any challengers with an all-out assault. The Mardu field armies of lightning-wielding fighters and archers, to the chagrin of their enemies. This mighty army is led and coordinated by their great Khan, Zurgo Stormrender. The Mardu were exhausted and weakened by the Dragon Lords and multiversal invasions of the past few years. But they have been reinvigorated by the spirit dragon Nerev, Heart of the Storm. He is the marshal of their forces, leading them into battle against the other clans and anyone else who might stand in their way. The Sultai clan dwell deep within the jungles of Tarkir. They survive by nurturing both the living through their efficient farms and the dead through their equally efficient necromancers. The Sultai have a deep respect and connection with both the living and the dead. The returned dead are given
I'm gonna go ahead and pause this just for the to keep it as a creative transformation. So yeah, folks, just had to take a little quick potty break. You know, I have the baby bladder. But yeah, I'm really enjoying being able to go live today and help provide this preview experience for y'all. So thanks for tuning in. We're gonna keep it rolling.
positions of honor and leadership, not servitude. With their stealth and cunning, the Sultai are not to be trifled with. Sidisi is a powerful Naga who has risen through the ranks of her people.
A powerful Naga, but it says snake on the creature type. Bro, they contradicted themselves. They didn't check that. They must have written this a long time ago before they made that change. Or they just don't care.
In each version of Tarkir. Originally a Khan of the Sultai, Sidisi's authority came from being a vizier for the Dragon Lord Silumgar. Now that the old Dragon Lords, including Silumgar, have fallen, Sidisi has found a new path to power. She rules over the northern swamps as a terrifying undead being. once an unassuming human farmer. Kotis, the Fang Keeper,
Cotus. Oh yeah, you know, I'll just play that Cotus deck.
led his village in the rebellion against Silumgar, never wanting to be a warrior or leader. Kotis was partially responsible for Sidisi's fall.
Zombie warrior.
Though he was
Bro, we got a zombie in Sultai. Alright, zombie commander. Indestructible zombie commander. When it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top back cards of your library, where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana X value or less from among them without paying their mana cost. So it's the Villainous Wealth, right? That sorcery, that Sultai sorcery, but on a creature in the command zone. That's pretty cool.
killed in the Phyrexian invasion, his people could not do without him. They revived him in a necromantic ritual and reinstated him as
Oh
leader,
my
a
god,
position
yeah.
he holds still.
I was not ready for that.
Teval is a symbol for the Sultai's rejection of the old ways. The tyranny of Silumgar has no place in their new way of being. Instead, Teval acts as an impartial judge, maintaining balance and arbitrating the clan's conflicts impartially.
That art is so cool. Chris Ron, man, he kills it every time.
The Temur are adapted to live in the freezing cold and work alongside their animal companions. This clan has an advantage over others in the form of their Whisperers, who utilize the spirits of the land to predict the future. In their wisdom, the Whisperers have also selected the Temur's current leader, Eshki Dragonclaw. Ureni, the Song Unending, was brought forth to reconnect the Temur to the land they relied upon. Deeply invested in the clan and the well-being of the land,
I'm sure these have been previewed before, but you know, just gonna run it anyway. So we got a 8 mana 10/10 Spirit Dragon, flying, pro white and black. When it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control. Okay, I dig it. With the snow, the Temur snow. Oh, I love it, bro. I'm gonna have to go through my cons cards. I may have a little special surprise at the end of the stream too, so stay tuned.
Ureni
A very Alaskan dragon, right? That's what I'm saying, dude. I need that thing. I wonder what the borderless
provides
and all
counsel
that's
and
gonna look like.
guidance to the Temur, working and living closest with their Whispers. Ureni also acts as fearsome protector of both the Temur Whisperers and of the Temur lands as a whole. Their signature spell lets you send away uninvited creatures back to where they came from.
Unsummon. Bounce. Ooh, and we got Harmonize. Ooh, that's new. Harmonize, 5 and a blue. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power, then exile the spell. Bro, it's flashback. It's an improved flashback. Oh my god. They did it.
It also features the Harmonize mechanic, which allows you to recast it from your graveyard by tapping into the powers of your clan.
That's so
Craterhoof
cool.
Behemoth is an exciting...
Ooh! Ooh! Oh, people holding that for value are going to be so mad. And people that don't have it are going to be very happy that it's getting reprinted in a standard set.
reprint.
Even if the packs are going to be $5.99. Ah! What happened? Chat disabled for a live stream. Oh, it's done live streaming.
This beast emphasizes that the
Because
dragons...
your boy TCG dude here went over to the YouTube stream instead of the Twitch stream, I was able to backtrack and catch everything from the beginning. And we've been pausing along the way, so that's why it's not exactly live on their end. But that's okay. Like, bro, this is original content over here. All right? We're not doing copy pasta.
The Dragonstorms and other clans are not the only dangers players will face on Tarkir. As Eshki Dragonclaw of the Temur clan says, some days you wish you were fighting a dragon.
That's so dope. They actually read the flavor text there. I was just looking at that too. The card structure is nice. They finally really made a Magic card like look modern and aesthetic. You know, they got the border around here, the bubbles here, that text divider, the flavor text divider. Of course, the authenticity stamp.
Tarkir Dragonstorm features a commander deck for each of the 5 clans. These decks will
Your hand's blue. You got to go to a doctor.
spotlight the human.
Oh my gosh! Look at the blade hand. Hold on. Hold. Yo, my man's got interchangeable hands. Look at his belt line. He's got his hands there. He just change his hands. The skelly blade hand. Oh my god, bro, that's too cool. Oh man, yeah, this must be the Sultai. Yeah, because those are zombie looking things. Yeah,
leaders of the clans, as well
Cotus.
as their spirit dragon allies. This white-black-green commander deck is led by the Khan of the Obzon clan, Felothar the Steadfast. As a mighty warrior and leader of her
Look at that set symbol. That's dope, bro. It's a dragon. What the? They turned the Dragons of Tarkir thing into a face. Oh my god, it's brilliant.
people.
Maybe it
Felothar
was originally a face, and I just never saw it.
turns your toughness into vicious attack power. To the Obzon, the best offense is often a good defense. If you enlist Beitor, Ancestor's voice as your commander,
His hands still work
utilize
if they're in
life
another
gain
room.
and life loss to buff your creatures and return them from the graveyard. Fitting for the spirit dragon who operates as a combined consciousness of Obzon past and present. The blue-red-white commander deck of the Jeskai clan is led by Shiko and Narset unified. A combination of the Jeskai clan's legendary leader and their newly incarnated dragon. This rapid-fire duo doubles your spells and stocks up on card draw. Elsha, Threefold Master, is another powerful commander in the Jeskai clan. Utilizing the monastic discipline of the Jeskai, this deck allows you to focus your flurries on multiple targets, boost your attackers, and leave
Right, so we got Trample Prowess and then make a ton of Monk tokens, which is awesome. And then we have Flying Vigilance and then the Flurry. So whenever you cast your second spell. So Flurry isn't just double strike, it's going to be when you cast your second spell. Each turn, not during your turn, each turn. Copy that spell. So in this case, copy that spell. If it targets a permanent or player, you may choose new targets for the copy. If you don't copy a spell this way, draw a card. Interesting.
nothing standing in your way. The black-green-blue commander deck of the Sultai brings the deadly cunning of this clan to bear on your enemies. Fill your graveyard to provide yourself with bonus mana and an army of zombie druids. Taval, the balanced scale.
Druid! Shout out to my WoW players out there.
Raises the dead to fight again. While Taval may largely serve as an arbitrating force for Clan Sultai, the mighty dragon is not above assisting them by reviving Sultai warriors from beyond the grave. Kotis, Sibsig champion, is one such undead member of the Clan Sultai. He continues to serve his people even after death.
Yeah, he looks
leading
like
their
he's got an undead
armies
member.
to victory. The Mardu electrify the battlefield with this red-white-black commander deck. Boost your token production to burn bright and fast,
Zergo!
then gain more rewards when they burn out. Another rebel against the Dragon Lords, the Orc warrior once known as Zergo Bellstriker, successfully led his people against the Dragon Lord Kolaghan. Renamed Zergo
Zergo, the bells are ringing. The bells are ringing.
Stormrender, he currently leads the Mardu against any other threats that dare to cross their path. Zergo has a powerful ally in the mighty dragon Nereeve, Crackling Vanguard. He represents the spirit of the Mardu, swift, powerful, and willing to strike at a moment's notice. The Teamer draw on the power of the land to field a green-blue-red deck, which builds up mana early before filling the board with formidable creatures and bumping up their stats. Eshki, Teamer's Roar, was a skilled hunter.
Let's talk about stats, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the Teamer dragon ladies that created the Let's Talk About Stats.
And wrestler during the reign of the Dragon Lords, but the Phyrexian invasion forced her to take up the reins of leadership. Eventually, Eshki was named Dragonclaw. With the blessing of the Teamer Whisperers and their new dragon ally, Ureni of the Unwritten, the Teamer clan is teaming up with the Dragons of Tarkir to deliver...
Bro, you thought that other Ureni art was dope. This is sick. I mean, this gives a little bit, just a light bit less of the Alaska vibe. It still has the snowy mountains and stuff. But man, that art is so dope.
Death on swift wings. Ramp until you cast Ureni to summon a flight of dragons to descend upon your opponents. This set wouldn't be complete without a few exciting new card treatments. The thing about Dragonstorms is that they're full of dragons. Dragon's Eye basic lands combine mana with the might to...
Dragon Islands, what? What? Those are so sick. Those will look nice on a wall.
Give an up-close and personal perspective on Tarkir's dragons. Ghostfire.
Can I just say though that the OCD is gonna kill me because it's left, right, left, left, middle? But I'm assuming left. Yeah, left, right, left, left, left. That's why? Why do you do these, wizards?
Personal perspective on Tarkir's dragons. Ghostfire and Halo Foil Ghostfire. The Elder Dragon Ugin's influence.
That did nothing. They took all that time to animate the car moving to demonstrate the Ghostfire, but like it just looks foily, like regular foil. I don't know.
Over Tarkir is manifest in new Ghostfire cards. Special art and card frames imbued with Ugin's ethereal presence. We've brought back the Halo Foil treatment on Ghostfire cards, giving these already stunning cards an extra flourish.
Yeah, those
Borderless
are pretty
reversible
sick looking,
cards. Deadly dragons can have a cute side, even Ugin, with 6 new borderless reversible cards, each featuring a fearsome and adorable version of your favorite winged creatures.
Hold on, what?
Have a cute side,
I love it.
even Ugin.
Even Ugin has a cute side. So borderless reversal is... So is there going to be borderless and then borderless reversible? So is there going to be 3 variants?
With 6 new borderless reversible...
There he is. Oh god, there he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. Oh my god. Hold on.
Even Ugin. With 6 new
Big old gecko eyes. Gecko Ugin. It's Gugin. Oh no, not the Gugins. Oh, they did not, bro. Oh, you heard it first. TCG dude has officially renamed this planeswalker to Gugins in honor of his gecko-like features. Gugins.
borderless reversible cards, each featuring a fearsome and adorable version of your favorite winged creatures.
That's so
Borderless
ridiculous,
clan
bro.
cards. Battle alongside Teamer.
Okay, that's
Jeskai,
badass.
Obzon.
That's badass. See, I feel like they took inspiration from the card altar scene and sharpieing things and like actually implemented that in an artistic way. This is cool.
Sultai, Mardu with borderless clan cards. Special treatments that unite each of the 5 clans
No,
across
you're a Guggen.
57 cards.
What's up, Nemesis?
Draconic cards.
Welcome. I hope you're having a good day.
Add some dragons to your collection with new Draconic cards. A
Thanks
flight
for
of
dropping
powerful
in. Hope
dragons
the
and
coffee's
new
hot.
thematic art and
I gotta
card
pour a new
frames.
card for mine. Bro, that is dope. Hold on. Let's take a second to pause for those dragon frames. So this is reminiscent of the Kaldheim frames that they had, right? Those kind of barbarian, Valkyrie, Nordic kind of vibes,
Of powerful
aesthetic.
dragons
Yeah.
and new thematic art and card frames. This set is full of familiar elements that have been thoughtfully refreshed, and that extends to other classic cards as well. Keep an eye out for this set's reprints of the legendary Ultimatum cards. Eerie Ultimatum.
Okay, interesting. So the ultimatums, that was a cycle in Ikoria, and they're going to be in the special guest slot. So they're not going to be standard legal, but you can pull them out of standard packs.
Emergent Ultimatum, Genesis Ultimatum, Inspired Ultimatum, and Ruinous Ultimatum.
And they're also all 5 done by the same artist. Interesting. Interesting.
These powerful cards require 7 colored mana each, but they are worth it, with effects that can devastatingly alter the course of a game. This set also includes a beautiful series of fetch lands appearing in the special guest slot: Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Arid Mesa, and Misty Rainforest. These enemy color fetches bring unrivaled flexibility
Notashiko
to
says,
your
"Let me
decks,
show you my cute
powering
side."
all your favorite
Yeah. Oh my god, they're reprinting fetch lands in the special guest slot. What? They said they would never reprint fetch lands in the standard legal set. They just skirted that line. They just tiptoed right around that statement, bro, because these are going to be pullable in standard packs, but not legal to sleeve up for your standard games. You can play them in pre-release though. If you open it in a pre-release, or whatever event, a sealed event like that, a draft event, you can play it there, but not in a constructed setting. That's crazy, dog.
Strategies no matter which clan claims your allegiance. Get your hands on new textured dragon scale foil fetch lands that bring Tarkir to life.
Hold on, not only is it a special guest, but it has 2 different treatments? Oh, dragon scale foil. Interesting.
Exclusively in collector boosters, making them the perfect addition when
Exclusively in
enhancing your
collectors
library.
boosters, yeah, of course.
You could also be one of only 500 people in the world to open an exclusive, serialized Mox Jasper card. Rare.
I like that they went for the retro frame on that. If, like, I'm not against the modern frame, but anybody that knows me knows that I'm a sucker for the retro frame. And yeah, W.
Even in Tarkir. Tarkir is now bigger and bolder than ever, filled with cinematic action, dynamic clan gameplay, and powerful new dragons that add lasting firepower to your collection. You can play early at your local game store for pre-release, starting the weekend of April 4th, and on Arena April 8th.
Bro, I'm going to be playing Tarkir all April. Like, my birthday is going to happen, and I'm going to forget that it even happened because I'm going to be too busy playing Arena.
Otherwise, Tarkir Dragonstorm will be available everywhere April 11th. And if you'd like to learn more about Elspeth and Narset's battle to contain the multiversal Dragonstorms and defeat Sarkhan Vol, you can read the full story online now. Get ready for the new age of Tarkir.
I definitely plan on doing that.
Join
before
your
too
clan.
long.
Break the storm.
Okay then. Cool. Oh, they didn't do a panel. Hold on, let's go over to the Twitch page. One moment. Cause yeah, that's kind of crazy. I could have sworn that they were gonna do a. Yeah, okay, they're talking about. Man, these jerks over here. Hold on a second.
I'm gonna draft Mardu, or I'm gonna draft Abzan. I kind
Let's
of
see
know what
here.
those plans do.
Ah, yeah, they are doing it over there. Well, that's okay.
But Tarkir also brings the.
Now we're getting the official from the horse's mouth
every
conversation.
color and every clan to have
So,
access to tapping
I can
into
just take a break from
dragon
talking.
matter synergy.
Thanks, Carmen.
So this is
I'm just kidding.
one for each of the monocolors is just a way to encourage every deck to play dragons, and you will draft decks that feel like dragon decks more than they feel like one of the clan decks that are just playing a lot of dragons and getting really rewarded with these dragon storms, which can be very powerful and start to take over a game in the right spots.
Right. So the Dragonstorm is a cycle here.
Dragonstorm.
With that enchantment ATB
But
thing.
talk about having these in the set for setting the world building.
Yeah, so with the set with Tarkir, it is one of its really unique features is these storms. Much to my disappointment, dragons are not actually hatched, so there's no like cute baby dragon eggs in this plane. They are born fully formed from these storms, which is a particular facet of this plane. So when thinking about what is an ongoing kind of peril to the lives of everyone on this plane, it is these storms going from, I'd say, like the category 3s to like our category 5s. So these are kind of off the charts, very dangerous.
It's a category
things that are
5.
happening
It's
that
coming
threaten
right for us.
plans, the people, the non-dragons. Really, only if you're a dragon are you happy with them. And so the storms were intended kind of pretty early on to be a feature in the plane, and they eventually settled into this cycle of enchantment. So we could just put this sick art on these cards and have something that felt very dragon flavorful and kind of show it across the entire plane.
Yeah. Yeah, the draconic treatment on this really, it really
Draconic.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Now,
Oh,
everyone's favorite. We're gonna have a color pie discussion.
Pinky up.
Draconic.
Draconic.
Our next card is not something we've seen very often. So this is Sunset Strike Master, 1 in a red for a 3/1.
There we go.
Those are all normal things. It's got an ability.
Normal.
2 in a red to sacrifice this creature, deals 6 damage to creature with flying. That's fairly par for the course for red. But it's got that tap, add red. This is a mana dork in red.
Right. Yeah. The wild new thing about this card is that sentence is just tap, add red. It's not when this creature attacks, add red. You spend that mana only to cast creature spells or something like that. Mana creatures are unrestricted, new space for red, trying to push red to have more defensive tools and more ways to play a longer game. And that was something we had identified. We were having some issues with designing cards and getting all our colors to play the way we wanted them to.
I imagine you had difficulties with that process. It happens.
Time to help out gameplay. Red's always been a mana color, so this isn't a huge departure in that vein. We're just kind of
had rituals or like sacrifice this to add mana.
Right.
Hold on.
You shouldn't
Let
expect
me.
red mana creatures to outclass green mana creatures. Green is absolutely still first and foremost the best at this. And red will not be pushing into land ramp space. There won't be a red rampant growth or a red farseek. Red ramp here needs to be interactable, so on creatures.
There we go.
But yeah, we're doing more of this.
That's what's up.
All right.
Now I can do this little task here while not interrupting the preview for everyone.
Semi-regularly then?
Yep.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first. Red can just tap to add mana now. Right,
we have mana darks and red.
Back into the
No!
old people like myself love. So we've got Ringing Strike Mastery, which again, just visually and mechanically, is a callback to what, JD?
Yeah, the card is, oh no, now I'm going to mess it up. Singing Bell Strike?
You got it. You did it,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of the creative and visual callbacks earlier. This one is a very direct mechanical callback to a card you may remember from the first Cons of Tarkir. Just kind of interesting shape for a common removal spell, not the kind of thing we do a lot. So it's very memorable, I think, just the very peculiar set of upsides and downsides on this style of effect. So we refreshed it a little bit. This isn't a straight reprint, different numbers, but still a very similar feeling.
Yeah, I played a lot of Singing Bell Strike back in the day. It cost 1 in a blue, and the untap I think was 6.
Yep.
But otherwise, it was pretty much the same deal.
Same deal. We love Blake. He's totally awesome. He's their communications liaison.
At least there's a name in this callback. So Salt Road Pack Beast. But it's also got some both mechanical and flavor things to talk about here. So JD, let's start with you.
All right, this is another of the cards I would say is one of Play Design's favorite cards. This time for limited games, just found this to be a very fun common. One of our many efforts to give Mobilize and those temporary
Oh
tokens
yeah, bro.
meaningful to do. That is not.
Did we just change our thumbnail to be more accurate?
So you can
Live?
board, deploy this for cheap.
You bet your butt we
for a
did.
long game.
You
And
bet your
also
butt we
blends
did.
With Endure as another way of going wide in white, and just a really fun card to play with.
Oh yeah, chat's already talking about the pauper implications and how strong this can be, and if you can cast it for 1 white. But Lauren, they're also talking about
Dang, that worked right away. That's dope.
One, we didn't want to put the dragon type on anything that wasn't actually a dragon.
Yeah, that
this
makes
one
sense.
Is more referencing, like, Tarkir has been kind of known for its beast creatures, so we wanted to stick with that in the space. I believe I did some digging at the time when picking the creature type to kind of see what visual similarities there were, and I was like, well, I'm going to stick with beast on this because it has all of these very dramatic dragon-like elements, but it's just a little weirdo, but it's a weird camel if you want to call it that.
Yeah. And Jeannie, you may or may not know the answer to this because this may be more of a rules templating style question, but it's a good question that chat's saying. So we recently did do some erratas to give a lot of things affinity for their thing, whatever it is, when affinity wasn't there before. Why doesn't this have affinity for creatures, for example?
Yeah, I don't have a good answer to this. It certainly could.
There's no good answer.
It may be a typing thing. That would be my guess.
Oh,
That
jeez.
Can't change after this at all gone to print, but
The dragon camel.
someone somewhere will answer it. It's a great question for Mark Rosewater's blog or us on social media. All right. Next, let's move into Yathan Tomb Guard. So this is 2 and a black for a human warrior, 2/3. The warrior type, even though there's no typal warrior stuff in this set, really, those who remember, warriors were a big creature type back in the day. But this one, whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and you lose 1 life.
Interesting.
JD, where's this straddling the line in the set?
This is going between the Sultai Renew mechanic and the Abzan Endure mechanic, and rewarding you for some of those counter synergies.
Okay, we dig it.
Because it blends the line between those two things and is just very useful as a way to let you play with a lot of cards. But it's also really helpful for the Endure mechanic, where the choice between counters on this creature and a whole nother useful creature can be a pretty lopsided choice in a lot of spots. So incentives towards putting the counters on the creature is always useful, so that choice balances out a bit.
Yeah.
You noted warriors, so we have warriors and soldiers in this set, and there was a little bit of generally more of the soldiers are in Abzan and more of the warriors are in Mardu, just sort of kind of building the clan's flavor. But we had
so drafting this wouldn't be a bad idea.
The line that me and my co-narrative
Trying to share the video
is
here so we can get
how
some
much
love
main
going on.
character energy do they have?
Sure.
And they became warriors. So if you're curious why this one's a warrior, I felt like they had very good main character
They
energy.
do have a lot of main character energy here.
That is really coming through from the art.
I like that.
Because there's no typal effects in this set, so we wanted to kind of use it more for
No typal effects.
Match.
Yep. Main character energy. All right.
Main character
Next
energy.
up,
I love it.
a look
He
at
laughs at it.
together, reigning victor, Marshal of
The panel talk seems lower. Oh, hey, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, let's crank that up a little bit.
Iconic version on the right.
How's that?
So
We just cranked it up for
Jenny,
y'all.
These are all members of.
I can always turn
important
it back down a
cycles.
little
So why
bit.
don't you talk about kind of those cycles generally in these cards?
Yeah, definitely a smattering of our limited cycles here. This isn't all of them, but here's a bit of a taste. We've seen another of the reigning victor cycle before. This is a common two-brid cycle for 3-color cards.
Two-brid.
A lot of attention on these
Two-brid?
cards to making them strong when you get to play them on turn 3, but not overwhelmingly so, and not in a snowbally way. Want these cards to be powerful 3-color rewards,
Better,
but
Lear.
not
Thank you.
dominate the game when your mana works, and still be useful later in the game when it doesn't, and taking advantage of the two-brid mechanic.
The two
Marshal of the Lost.
I
We
love
saw
it, dude.
the
I can't get
black
over it.
green gold card at Uncommon before. Here is one for white-black, another enemy pair, going between Abzan and Mardu here, so very go wide focused and kind of the overlap between those two. So yeah, we have these at Uncommon. They can help get you solidly into a 2-color enemy pairing, and then you can figure out what clan you want to take third color of cards for down the road.
And lots of main character energy with those two as well.
I see the
He's
Warriors.
not gonna let that go, bro.
And then finally we have Purging Stormbrood. This is a 2-color, again, always enemy in this set. That is the way that things work out well for the 3-color
I forgot to
combinations.
turn my camera on. Then.
Of Omen dragons that are multicolored.
Actually, it's on.
So
It's just the thing
just
covered it
kind
because I.
useful cards that we're
rearranged
hoping you play in
There we go.
basically all of your
No.
limited decks that are these 2
There
colors.
we go. I'm back. What's up?
Unique things that can help get you cemented in a lane.
Yeah, I also think the
Right, because that can
interesting
happen in
on
drafting
the-
sometimes,
or the
or
ability
pre-release. You
on the
can't really
dragon
pick a
side of
lane, pick a
Purging
color.
Stormbrood is interesting. There we go. I got those words in that sentence in the order correct.
Yay!
It removing counters, not something we typically do, but there's a lot of counters flying around in this set.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, often not the biggest deal, but in this set with Renew specifically, a lot of potential to build up a monster of a creature that has a ton of counters and a ton of keywords and can really start dominating the game. So this is just a light little bit of counterplay. And
Hey, thanks for subscribing there. I seen that. That's awesome of you.
letting you kind of take that away and punish.
If you
your
like
opponent for
talking
putting
Magic
too
the
many items in
Gathering
one
or
basket.
nerd culture, please make sure to smash a
Most
like.
of our dragon cards in the set, unless they're the 3-color dragons, are showcasing just the wild weirdness of the wild dragons. So that's what the Stormbrood's reflecting.
Very
This is a
cool.
weird guy. I love
He's a
him.
little weird guy, but seems pretty strong.
Wild and weird.
All right, now let's move into. So, GD talked a little earlier about some of the challenges of making a 3-color set work. Let's take a look at some of the solutions. So, this is also sort of a callback to Tarkir, where we had artifacts that did something to help fix your mana. In
Interesting.
this, it's going to be a monument cycle. So, Obzon
So
Monument.
2
When this artifact
mana.
enters, search your library for a basic plain swamp or forest card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. It costs 2 mana. And then it's got an
Okay.
ability for 1 and Obzon colors to sacrifice this artifact.
Oh, here, let me move
Create
my
an
camera.
XX white spirit creature token where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Activate as a sorcery. And we're going to see this. It's not this exact card, because that ability is going to change, but this sort of version of it as we go through
There.
these.
Now I'm
So
not
Jamie
blocking
talked about
you guys'
these
viewing
as,
experience.
important to limited.
Yeah, so, you know, level 1, this is a pretty powerful mana fixing card. Just full
Right.
on, get a land for free. It's not going to the top of your deck. You're just grabbing it, fixing your mana. These are colorless artifacts, of course, so it doesn't matter what color you're missing. You can always use this, which is pretty important for a 3-color set. Green is, you know,
Yeah.
the best at doing
Mana
this, but
fixing
not all
is
the
really
color
important. I
combinations
mean,
are green,
that's
and we
part of
want
why they
everybody's
had
mana
fetch
to work,
lands in
so we
the.
need some
Hold
of
on, let me
this
turn
stuff in colorless.
her down for a second.
This cycle,
That's part of why they had fetch lands in the
colors
original
in
cons block,
different
is
shades.
because it was a 3-color cycle, and they were worried that players weren't going to be able to
One of the things
have
we really wanted to
consistency
see
in
was
limited
the
settings.
mana
So
fixing cards both helped you in the early game and didn't feel bad to prioritize during the draft, and because you need to take them, it's kind of like eating your vegetables a lot of the time.
Yeah.
When you have kind of not that strong cards that you have to put in your deck to make it work. So we thought it would be more fun if we got cards you were really excited to put in your deck that also helped you out.
and Nevin says it's like they don't understand math still to this day. Yeah, that's an argument that could be made.
You have this resource that you'll have access to for some more creatures. Pretty fun cards.
Old man yells at clouds. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go
Always
as
nice
far
when
to
mana
say,
fixing then
just before anybody else gives me the critique online, I'm kind of a Magic WotC bootlicker, only in the sense that I'm a fanboy. I'm more fanboy than bootlicker, right? I wouldn't really sell myself out to like hype them up. If I genuinely don't like a product or don't like the way the card works or something, I'll say something. But as a whole, I generally try to keep a positive outlook on Magic the Gathering because, you know, nobody, it's like, hey, bro, you want to play this game? Oh, yeah. And then he nags about it the whole time. You're like, yeah, that was really fun listening to you complain for an hour. I'm like, no, not me, bro.
One of the things that's interesting in the set is, right, because so much of the focus is on the enemy color pairs. So we really wanted to play off of the fact that there are allied pairs and enemy pairs. So on the allied pairs, we can see in the art kind of a moment of tenuous peace between the clans. So you'll see
Yeah.
one member or a group from one clan in kind of another clan's area or territory. Like in the, I think the most obvious one is probably Tranquil Cove. You can see like.
I will say that these tap gain life dual lands have been such a solid design that they've been reprinted time and time again. You've seen them in these non-core set blocks. You've seen them reprinted in core set blocks. They've been standard legal forever and a day now. This is good design.
The set that have some of the coolest art treatments that we've seen in a while. So these are full art lands, but they're very draconic. So here we have the Dragon's Presence basic lands.
I love it.
We're going to talk about where you can get these and the other basic lands.
To anybody that doesn't know, this has actually been vaguely featured on Magic Card previously on Jumpstart. Like 2020 era Jumpstart had a red pack. I forget if it was dragons or what, but one of the lands had the dragon like shadow on the mountain. So that's pretty dope that they revisited that.
Dragon's Eye basic lands.
Right. Two kinds of full arts. That's I almost forgot.
This close, you are definitely lunch.
Yeah, you wouldn't. This is a rare view of a dragon.
Yeah, maybe the last one that you would have.
All right, and then let's talk a little bit about. Let's see our next slide. There we are. All right, so there's going to be a Collecting Tarkir Dragonstorm article up on Daily MTG where you'll be able to get all the details, but here is the overview. So specifically on those basic lands, the Draconic Presence basic lands, the first ones we showed.
All right, so what we're about to hear is the breakdown of what packs give what cards.
Storm. The Dragon's Eye basic lands are going to be found in collector boosters. And then going down the list of treatments, Draconic cards, the treatments for any of the dragons and dragon related cards, those can be found in both play and collector. The borderless reversible, so those are the rare dragons plus Ugin that are the little baby on the one side and the grown-up version on the other side. Those can be found
Googans.
The borderless clan cards.
I love it.
Those can be found in any in play or collector boosters. And then in collector boosters, the Dragon's Eye basic lands, you'll find those. You'll find the extended art, which we do kind of every set.
Wow.
And then the various Ghostfire treatments. The Ghostfire and the Halo Foil Ghostfire treatments are going to be found there. The serialized headliner that mocks Jasper, that is going to be
okay. So when I said that I'm willing to like naysay something or be against something openly, the amount of treatments that are gated behind the collector booster is probably the most that we've seen since the advent of the collector booster. This sucks. This, for the casual, low budget, want to get some cool cards, kind of sucks. But it does still give incentive, right? It's still kind of also basically like the gap is wide enough to be like, okay, is this actually like I probably should get this collector booster. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get you, bro. It's how they get you.
Infraswentis, I pronounced that terribly, I'm sure. Tolarian Community College will be revealing Sultai Arisen on 321. Commander at Home on 324 will be revealing the Abzan Armor deck. And this show right here next week we'll be revealing the Temur Roar deck. So come back next week to talk about that deck. But we've got a couple commander cards that you love. They're in basically every set, but they got
Wait, hold
draconic
up.
upgrades here. So we've got Arcane Signet,
Oh, I can't
Soul Ring,
rewind it.
and
Crap, that's
Command
right.
Tower,
I was about to screen cap them.
highlighting Tarkir-focused art.
Ah, interesting.
These
Interesting.
were a lot of fun. It was tricky because there's no clan neutral thing to showcase, so we kind of just went with whatever's most thematic between each of the clans for the concept of the card.
That makes sense. I can agree with that.
All right, and then another card that is
here we go.
sure to be.
Nope. Let's get him. Let's do our boy Blake right and get him looking at the camera. There we go. All right, cool. We got it.
The Dragon's Eye basic land. This will not be found in boosters. This is going to be a promo. There's no colorless theme in Tarkir.
Oh, it's a promo. It's a play promo. Where did you get this?
Because it's cool and awesome. And so
is this
that's
a
gonna be
pre-release?
play promo. Head to dailymtg.com to learn more about how to get this.
Of course, they're gonna have it over there
perfectly with your Ugin deck.
Yeah.
All right, and then we just talked about the reversible cards that show the baby dragons and the grown-up dragons. Well, Secret Lair wanted to get in on that, so there's going to be a drop
Of
called
course.
They Grow Up So Fast.
New Secret Lair drop.
Our Boss is on Vacation super drop starting March 24th at
Our
9
Boss is on
a.m.
vacation. Write it down.
This is going to showcase some of our favorite dragons from original Tarkir block. So let's take a look at those. So again, these are
Dragon Lord
reversible.
Atarka. With the baby one,
Dragon
yeah.
Lord Atarka here in full-fledged form, and then little baby Dragon Lord Atarka there on the right. So
Baby
again, those are
Tarka.
reversible. This is one card. We'll cycle through these as I talk through it. This drop is going to be available in foil and non-foil for $39.99 for foil, $29.99 for non-foil.
Non-foil. Okay, interesting.
Baby Dragon Lord Dramoka.
I'm actually okay with that.
I think this one's my favorite though.
Colgan, he's learning how to use the lightning.
Yeah,
So this drop is going to feature
Gnawing
the
on the
5
bone.
original Dragon Lords from Dragons of Tarkir. Like I said, it's
this chick.
reversible. You're obviously going to play with the baby side. I mean,
It's objectively the correct side.
it's
to play with.
objectively the correct choice.
Yes,
but
you
you know what?
absolutely
If
have
you
to
wanna
play the
show
baby
that
side.
They're all grown up. You can do that too. The art is by Antonio Jose Manzanato. And you can head to magicsecretlair.com to get notified for when the sale begins. Baby Silumgar might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's a pretty close one. I think
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
still
a
on Silumgar,
hard
but
decision.
Silumgar's
Yeah.
a good runner-up.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Which one's the best baby dragon? Atharka, Dramoka, Kalagan, Ojutai, or Silumgar? I kind of still like the Kalagan. The Dramoka is really cute. So is the Silumgar. Atharka just looks a little too bug-eyed for me. Like, I can see the cuteness. The gecko-y comes out, but I definitely like Kalagan, Dramoka, and Silumgar more.
Badge sales and ticketed play. That is all starting this Thursday, March 20th at 10 a.m. So MagicCon Vegas is always one of the highlights of the year. This year it's happening in June, which is a little bit of a different time for Vegas. The early bird prices are going to be available.
In other words, it's
March
going to be
20th.
hot.
So that opens this Thursday, March 20th at 10 a.m. All right, and reminder again, we have one more preview card, but April 4th. If you're looking forward to Tarkir Dragonstorm, is going to be your first chance to play at your local game store for a pre-release. This is going to be a big one, so reserve your spot early, and then it's going to come to digital platforms, Magic the Gathering Arena and Magic the Gathering Online on April 8th, followed by the global release on April 11th. And with all that out of the way, we couldn't do this show without revealing at least one Spirit Dragon. So for our last preview, we've got Tevel, Arbiter of Virtue. So 2, a black, a green, and a blue. It's Sultai. Spirit Dragon. It's got lifelink. It's got flying, of course. It's 6/6. Spells you cast have Delve. Nothing bad has ever happened with that ability before.
Totally.
And whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value. So, Jadine, this card is wild.
Yeah, this card is really cool. I barely know where to start talking about it. The Spirit Dragons we took really seriously. This set needed awesome, awesome dragons to just show how cool they are. Everybody loves dragons. This card, it's a real appealing mix of upside and downside here. A card type I personally love a lot. But spells you cast have delve, incredibly powerful line of text. There are so much nonsense you can do with this. Whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value. You probably don't want that. Maybe
So
you
dope.
do. Maybe you're a Death Shadow
Regular
kind of person, and this
borderless
is
clan
exciting.
cards, draconic
In
art.
some narrow cases, sure. But it's kind of
Did they say that the
counterbalancing
borderless
delve a
clan was
bit,
going to be
and
locked behind the
this is a
thing?
5-mana, 6/6
I missed that on the
flying
chart.
creature.
We'll have
You're
to
gonna have
backtrack that
access
later.
to some life. This is the last time I'll get to say it this show, but this is a card playtest and play design found incredibly fun. Just really doing pretty cool things, and just having really good games.
I agree,
Also,
Natashiko.
not my
The
department.
water,
This is my
the
pick
wing
for
hitting the
favorite
water
card
like
in
that
the
is
set.
very
I really
graceful.
love it.
Wait,
I
which
love
one of
this
them?
finish.
The main set.
The main
yeah,
set?
yeah.
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
I definitely want to give a shout out. So Alexander Ocharovsky was one of our concept artists on the push and was one of the folks who designed a lot of the Spirit Dragons. And so for Shell, the lead art director, had the original concept artist for the Spirit Dragons come back and do their final piece. So it was just kind of this beautiful continuity, but a really, like, they turned out, all of them turned out so amazing. But
Well,
yeah,
and I
love
love
the
that
teal color.
Yeah, and I love that all
Symbol-wise.
three of these, they depict the same dragon, but they're all pretty distinct art styles, and so you can kind of
Yeah.
pick and choose which one suits you best. All
You
right.
know what you do with
That's
dragons,
it
he
for
says?
today.
You feed them? I
Previews
missed
are
that.
going
Hold
to be
on.
ongoing this week and next as we learn.
You feed them to
more
giant
about
oysters.
archaeology.
That's
If you wanna
right.
dive even deeper and learn more
You know,
details
that
about
was,
different
yeah,
part of
that
the
was
set,
one
what
of
are
the
its
first,
mechanics, or how
like,
and where to collect certain treatments
things
or
that
cards,
happened in Magic
head
that
to
I recall you showing
alientpt.com, all of
me,
that's getting
Nemesis,
updated
was
probably
getting
as we
hit by the
speak, if
giant
not
oyster.
already up there.
Oh, you cast a cute
Otherwise,
creature?
thank you, Lauren.
It's
and Jeannie.
kind of gone now. The
You all
giant
for
oyster
tuning
took it.
in.
See you next week, Blake. All right. Your boy TCG dude needs a little bit of water and a refill on his coffee. So that was a fun conclusion to the Dragonstorm previews. We can go ahead and recap here in a little bit, but like I said, I need a refill. Gonna go do that, and while that goes, I am going to play the Final Fantasy Friday, the Friday Fantasy trailer for y'all, and I will be back. So thank you for watching and learning about Tarkir Dragonstorm. Let's recap here in a few minutes.
Hey, did you hear that this is the year? Friday Fantasy is here. Join the party and let's clear all the monsters and the bosses. All the wins and the losses. So
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I was thinking that a recap would be in order, but to be 100% with you, I need to cook breakfast for my family. Uh, the old lady, the missus, surprised me by being home today instead of in the office, which allowed me the time without little one to do the preview stream. So in exchange, I need to go cook breakfast. And I can't stream and cook. And I'm not, yeah, no breakfast stream. So thank you, everyone. Hit me up on the Discord at TCG Dude. If you want to talk Magic on any other platforms, you saw in the preview video there, the trailer rather, Twitter at TCG Dude, Instagram and Twitch, TCG Dude 907. Yeah, so thank you again, and I will see you next time.